I started recording. I'm Sarah.
I'm Joe.
This is Braindead, but video and stuff. We just spent 2 episodes this week.
Happy
only
Friday.
on audio.
Happy Friday?
Yeah, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It's already Tuesday. Whatever. Happy Friday. I should probably put this down.
It's
I look
almost
like a fool.
Halloween.
It is almost Halloween. That's why I
1
look
week
like
twist.
Jack-o'-lantern.
1 week twist Halloween.
What's going on? You're so out of focus.
You took my focus.
I did not. Tap your screen.
Did it fix it?
I don't know. Anyways, so
It's crispy clear on my screen.
crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery.
These are my new glasses.
Tap your screen.
I did.
Tap it twice. I don't know, man.
I zoomed in on my screen.
Anyhow,
Oh,
she got new
I
glasses.
flipped it.
It's fine on this screen. It's fine. We're not going to be editing these. I for sure just looked for my phone.
Oh.
That I'm using as a camera. Let's just that's a little jumpy. See this? This is 3D printed. See this? This is the wrong shape.
Joe. This is my blankie.
Why did you bring your own blanket?
Well, you know where. It's my car blanket.
Anyhow.
Well, okay, I'll explain if you must know.
Is it because I have puppies?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I took a jacket to work yesterday because it was super cold in the morning. And then it was hot in the afternoon. So I left my jacket at work because I forgot it because I didn't need it because it was hot. So then I wore a different jacket today. And then I had 2 jackets. But then it was cold this afternoon. So I brought back both of my jackets. But my jackets were in the back seat and my blanket was in the front seat.
That makes sense.
So I grabbed the blanket.
That makes sense. I'm pretending to look at you. I'm looking right at my desk.
I'm looking right at myself.
But I think on screen it looks like I'm looking at you.
I'm looking directly at the yellow bit of my microphone.
Directly at it. Now I'm looking at my microphone. Hello, everyone. This is what I look like. I'm obviously Sarah. That's obviously Joe. This is obviously Braindead. Also, none of that was true except for this is Braindead. Now that you're seeing us on video, you should definitely feel some sympathy towards us and just make sure, that you're emailing us at braindeadpc21@gmail.com. And this is on our new YouTube channel as well as linked on our website. Feel free to join that anytime. It's going to be in the comments section below, unless you're just listening on audio, and then it's not. It's just going to be linked in the show notes because that's part of this. So, ladies and gents, I do apologize if this particular episode there are some ideas that need to be expressed with sight. If you don't want to just listen to it, feel free to go to YouTube and watch it like a normal person.
Welcome to YouTube.
Welcome to the YouTube. I can't stop myself today. Those voices just keep happening, and they're beyond me.
It's quite atrocious, I must say.
Boy, howdy do I agree. I've been working on them lately, but it's still coming. Like that, and like me trying not to make bizarre voices, and then at the same time deciding that I'm done doing accents, because accents and impressions, because my impressions have gotten terrible. My Jennifer Coolidge, Stifler's mom, Brandon Snap. It used to be pretty good, but now it's just Adam Sandler, and I have no idea why that happened.
Listen, Hattie came into the living room the other day in Josie's shorts and Emma's shirt. And I was like, you look like Adam Sandler. And she went, who's that?
How old did you feel?
Ancient.
You
But
should.
then I said clicked, and she was like, oh. So it's
Ah,
okay. She knows, she just doesn't know.
I gotcha.
She doesn't know that she knows.
She doesn't know that she knows?
Exactly.
Oh.
So another thing.
She needed reference.
She needed reference. Last night was Emma's band concert.
How'd she do?
She was not happy. The punk kid that sits next to her. Punk kid that sits next to her messed up the whole section and then blamed Emma.
If you're watching this, you little punk kid, we all know. We all know it's you. It's your fault.
She was very mad.
You.
But anyways.
You said but.
We were sat in the auditorium waiting for Emma to start. And Hattie looked over at me. And she was like, you you have 4 eyes.
Rude.
And I was like, that's so mean.
That's aggressive.
And my Nana was there, and I was like, Nana, Hattie's called me 4 eyes.
Oh,
and she
man.
went, Hattie. And Hattie was like,
Hada.
what? I was looking at her, and she had 4 eyes. And I was like, Hattie, you know, that's rude. Like, that's an insult. Like, bullies in early 2000s called people 4 eyes. And she went, oh, no, I just looked at you too close, and then you really have 4 eyes.
That's so funny. She was just out here just ruining you for no reason whatsoever.
I was like, that's what they would say if you had glasses, because you have your 2 eyes and then the glasses, which is another 2 eyes. So you're 4 eyes. And she was like, oh, that's mean. And I was like, yeah.
It's like when I was a kid and they'd be like, hold your thumbs close together and then take your eyes out of focus and you get an extra thumb in the middle. Did you ever do that?
No.
Never mind. Definitely didn't happen.
I mean, the 90s, what can you do?
Escape them by aging out. So now I get to tell my children that not only was I born in a different century than them, I was born in a different decade as them, which is obvious unless I was 10, which would be atrocious. But I was born in a different millennia than they were. Just like I was born in a different millennia than you.
Yes, because you're old.
Different millennium. You know, technically that would be true if I was born in 1999 and you were born in 2000. We
Yeah.
could have been separated by 6 minutes and you would still call me old.
Yes.
I could have been born at 11:55. You could have been born at 12:01
Yes.
the next day, and you'd have been like, "You're old."
Yes. Absolutely.
You're kind of a jerk. I have no room to talk. My wife is 32, and I called her 45 no less than 3 times today.
You did it in front of me.
I sure did.
Yeah, you did.
That's a thing I did because I'm a decent person.
Yeah.
And I love my wife very much. Don't get me wrong. But she'll give you ammo, and that's hard to pass up on, you know.
You know how easy it is to pass it up?
Not.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it's because you don't live with her.
That's true.
She picks on me constantly. Y'all just
I've
don't get
never
to see that.
seen that.
That's a bull crap.
That's also a lie.
Falls out of the back of a bull. You don't have to be a farmer, but it helps.
You don't have to be smart, but it helps.
That's right. Some people. You know? If you know, you know. My grandmother saw my first tattoo and threatened to scrub it off with a dry corn cob.
Ouch.
Did you know that?
I did.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I ran from her and told her no?
Yes.
I'm not very fast. That's not true. I'm surprisingly
You're
quick for a big
freaky
boy.
fast. When we played the like Rugrats game.
Do y'all know what Rugrats is? I'm going to take that as a no. Rugrats is hide and seek, but entirely in the pitch black darkness. So we would all play it in my basement. There'd be several of us, and we turn off the lights.
I would venture to say it's Rugrats season.
I am fully down. Why don't you call Brianna and Gavin and have them come over right now?
Absolutely not.
Excuse you.
Yeah.
Excuse you. I want you to do it right now on camera.
With what phone?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question. I don't have an answer for it.
So what we can do is you go ahead and send a message to your little friends, and then we'll do it tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tis the season of the rat rug.
I think so.
I would very much like for people to see my new puppy, but I'm using my phone as a camera.
Yeah.
And can't get my wife to bring the puppy if I can't message her.
Nope. I can shout into your kid's air vent.
You can shout in her air vent?
Yeah.
You want to do that? Feel free.
Don't shoot me or anything, but I'm not really a dog person. I feel no need to rise up and go shout into your kid's air vent.
You offered.
I know, but I was kind of giving you a suggestion.
Has there been any drama this week at work that I need to know about?
Not that I'm going to tell you on here.
No?
No.
But there has been?
No. Something happened, and I think it's funny, but it's not drama.
Saw a thing, Brianna actually sent it to me. It said something like, me, living my life, I want no drama at all. But other people's drama, I will
Give it
take
to
it.
me.
Give it to me now.
Yeah, she sent me that too. She knows her audience.
I responded with hashtag Joe Pace.
I laughed at it.
Out loud?
No, I sent a laugh.
Did you respond?
I sent a laugh.
Okay, did you laugh out loud?
And
Did you give it a little chortle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sarah, trademark.
I like that.
I like that. But that's also what you and your sister say when someone does something you don't like.
Oh.
Like if she walks up and punches you in the head, you're like, oh, I like that.
No,
so she
no,
won't
no,
do it
no.
again.
Only if it's weird. Like if she like caresses my face, I'll be like, I liked that.
Your littlest sister, Hattie, the one who will punch you into oblivion.
That's the same one that was looking like Adam Sandler too.
She
also called me Four Eyes. She's a punk.
she has told me repeatedly in front of my children that I'm her favorite pace. She told my wife.
Savage.
She told my wife, she's like, I like Joe better.
Savage.
And here lately, she's been running at me and starfish jumping, and that's how she hugs me. She goes, Joe, and I look over and she's going, and then.
I have a picture of you and Hattie like posing for a picture, and Lindley's like in the background, like back, like not in the picture on purpose. She's like,
she just.
The ugliest cry face I've ever seen.
No, I've seen much worse.
I've never. The fake one? Come on.
The fake one?
Yes.
Oh, it's bad.
It is so bad.
It's criminal.
It's really bad.
You ever start driving in the left lane when you're trying to pass somebody and you're like, man, I'm trying to go 8 to 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, and this person in front of me is going 2 miles over the speed limit, and you want to shout at them like, hey, move over. This lane is for criminals. But they don't.
No, because they're borderline breaking the law and you full committed.
I feel like I just said that. I literally said this lane is for criminals. Speaking of, today I was at work and I look out my window, and out my window I see that my boss is coming up the road and he has turned on his blinker and he's turning into the parking lot at our office. And I hear honk, honk, and his truck comes full stop. He's halfway in the parking lot. His truck goes full stop. Park. Half his truck in the road. He gets out and starts chasing the car that just honked at him. And he comes in. My wife and kids are there, and his language he has to control when my kids are there.
Why were they there? When was this? After
the
school?
power went out today. Yeah, it was after school.
Oh.
The power went out here today because something happened at I don't know, house down the road. Anyway, so they're up there visiting, so they can be where power is.
Because it's cold.
Yeah, because it's frigid.
And then your office was cold too.
It was. I had to bring a heater from home.
Really?
Man. Yes, I had a heater from home in the lobby. So he comes running in the door, and we're like, what happened? He said, that punk. I said, what do you mean that punk? He said, that punk decided that he wanted to throw his hands up in the air and
wave them
honk
like
at
he just
me.
don't care.
I had the same thought. He's like, he wanted to throw his hands up in the air and honk at me, so I was going to handle that. I'm like, what do you mean you were going to handle that? He said, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, all right. You do you, boo-boo, as long as my check still cashes.
I honked my horn at this lady.
You?
I know. Just for reference, some guy literally backed into me, and I did not honk my horn. I just sat there and watched him. Because, like, what can I do?
Why did you honk at the lady?
Because I had just got my car damaged by somebody backing into me.
Right.
And it's a whole nightmare to get the insurance to work. Because he's nobody's business. That's his business and Jesus' business. But anyway, I didn't want to have to do it a second time around.
Was he uninsured?
No.
Okay.
But he's just being a bit difficult. That's not the point. So this lady was I was at the McDonald's. I need to get this spicy drink because my throat's been a little, like, allergy-y.
We'll have to pause on that for just a moment. Sarah's reminder just went off and killed her half of the video. Hey, look at that. We have a Sarah.
There we go.
There we go.
Anyways, she was going to back into the back of my car and getting out of a parking spot, and I was in the drive-thru, and I just didn't want to have a conversation with a stranger.
Honk.
I didn't want to wipe my car off.
Honk, honk.
I didn't want it. And I was in Temple.
Yeah.
She was in a minivan.
She's probably uninsured.
Probably.
In Temple, yeah.
And so she started back up, and I was, like, directly behind her. And I'm like, me. And then she, like, stuck her head out, and I went. And I pulled forward and, like, pulled around the car in front of me in the drive-thru. And then I went.
My wife has devised a system to keep people from cutting in front of you on the road. she came up with this and then was intensely proud that that she managed to do it. And it was she's driving. She looks over. Someone's trying to cut in. She makes eye contact. Or for the viewers at home, for those of you just listening and not tuning into YouTube, I stared at the camera and shook my head left and right as if to say, "No way, Jose. Not today."
No way, Jose.
See you later, alligator, but not while you're in front of me. See you later, tailgater. I don't know.
If you put your blinker on and you want to get in front of me, you can.
Most of the time, that's true.
100% of the time.
Most of the time, that's true with me.
100% of the time. I don't care.
What if I'm in a big hurry?
Then if I'm in such a big hurry, I should have left earlier.
That was not a good angle for me. Did you see that?
I did.
It's not good at all.
That's my personal opinion. And I hold myself to that standard, and I hold you to that standard. If you needed to get there that bad, you should have left early.
I agree.
I don't care. I feel nothing for you.
Not always great with my time.
Nothing. Feel nothing. Oh, well. I've been late before. I'll be late again.
That is absolutely
But you know
the truth.
what? Not late enough that I can't let somebody get in front of me if they have somewhere to be. Especially on the highway.
On the highway? Yeah, come on over. Come on over.
Especially
I'm not
on
risking
the highway.
anybody's life. You get where you're going. But if we're going through the middle of a small town and there's nobody else in your lane, you just want to change lanes, and you look at me kind of rude, you're not coming over. Don't look at me rude.
No, I don't care. Get over. I ain't got nowhere to be.
No, you can get over it. I'm not letting you in if you look at me rude. You look
feel
over at me like, nah, man, you're waiting for me to pass.
I feel like
I will maintain
I am
speed
a
with you.
very, whatever, come on, driver. So sorry. I was waving you on.
Most of the time, me too.
Like,
but let me catch a little sideways glance.
Okay, so I was driving.
Let me catch you looking like you're rushing me.
I was driving Brianna and Gavin somewhere, and Brianna was in the front seat, and this was like
Was she asleep?
No, this was like it was a short trip.
10 minutes or less.
Yes, 100%, absolutely. But I was driving. Brianna was in the front. Gavin was in the back, and Gavin had never really driven to me before. It was like probably a year ago now. But Brianna, I've known her for a very long time. We've driven together very often. Like, I drove us to school every single day we went.
Right.
Because she's directionally challenged.
Me.
Peace and
too.
love. But anyway, this guy busted up in front of me, and I was like, "What's wrong with you? I would have let you over if you had asked." And Gavin was like, "That's your response to someone cutting you off? Just talk to them like you're their grandma?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it's not because you're in the car. I do it by myself. I talk like this to people when I'm by myself in the car.
You know, I had to get over my road rage and start being nicer to people.
I will say, if I am mad, I'll say, "You could probably do better." Or like, "What's wrong with you?"
Usually I go, "Come on, buddy." Or, "Dude, what
Except
are you doing?"
The only time I've ever actually gotten mad at somebody is when I was on the way to work. I've told this before. They cut me off, then turned in front of me, going so slow, then was trying to turn left from the lane that goes straight, even though there was a turning lane. And I said, "Oh, you're just stupid."
She must have really peeved you.
It was really mad. I was on the way to work. I had stuff to do.
She got you deep, man.
She did. I think she was old.
My grandma got pulled over for speeding, and the cop said, "Do you know the speed limit?" And she said, "What?" He said 45. And she said, "My car doesn't go 45.
I think you told me this.
I'm pretty sure I have. It's one of my
On the
favorite stories about my
podcast.
grandma. Yeah. It would have been like 20 hours ago if you guys want to go look at our podcast.
That's
on,
a lot of hours.
Spotify. Is it? Is it a lot of hours?
Only 20?
Or is it a lot of entertainment?
Is it really only 20?
20 hours ago, probably. I think I only told it like 30 episodes in.
Well, how many hours are there? Lots of them, right?
There's somewhere in the neighborhood of upper 40s, low 50s.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're also on Spotify and Apple Music and Google, Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and all that. If you guys wanted to go listen. Also, send your suggestions to braindeadpc21@gmail.com. My name's Joe. This is Sarah.
Hello.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Oh,
Joe.
I'm Sarah.
Joe?
Are you Joe?
Yes.
That's a lie. This is Braindead. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See you Monday.
Hasta Monday.